Today's message might surprise or even shock you. If you're seeing this video, it's not by accident. It's a sign that God is moving you forward. But to step into the new season He has for you, you must let go of what's been holding you back. Whether it's people, places, habits, or mindsets, this is the moment when everything is shifting. If you're feeling this, it's no coincidence. This message has found you at the right time. Every day, we face challenges, whether it's from the people around us, our environments, or even our own thoughts. Sometimes it feels like we're stuck, and these everyday experiences are God's way of signaling us to release what no longer serves us. Chapter 1. The Push Toward Change. One of the first things you might be feeling right now is a deep, almost uncomfortable sensation inside, as though life is pushing you towards something new. This isn't just a fleeting feeling or a passing phase, it's the beginning of a shift. It's a divine nudge from God, urging you to step into a new chapter. You may find yourself feeling restless, noticing that things around you no longer bring the same joy or comfort they once did. That's because you're being prepared for something greater. God is gently nudging you toward the life He's prepared for you. A life filled with purpose and aligned with His divine plan. But even though we crave change, it often comes with discomfort. Think about your daily life. Maybe your job once felt fulfilling, but now drains your energy. Perhaps a relationship that used to inspire and uplift you now feels stagnant, lacking the vibrancy it once had. It could even be your own habits, routines and patterns that once helped you grow, but now feel more like chains, holding you back. It's that growing discomfort in the very things you once relied on for stability that signals change is on the horizon. You're not meant to remain comfortable in a place that no longer serves you. We are creatures of habit. We cling to the familiar even when it no longer serves us. We like what's predictable, what feels safe, even if it's not good for us in the long run. But when God is moving you forward, He will make the things you're clinging to feel uncomfortable. This is His way of showing you that your time in that particular season is coming to an end. The security of routine can trick us into believing that staying put is the best option. But chosen ones understand that discomfort is often a sign that something new and better is on the way. When the discomfort becomes unbearable, that's when you know it's time to let go and step forward into the unknown. The signs are all around you, but are you paying attention? Every small annoyance, every moment of frustration is God's way of telling you that you've outgrown your current situation. Conversations no longer resonate with you like they once did, and the things that used to excite you now feel burdensome. These aren't coincidences. They are divine signals guiding you to release what's no longer aligned with your purpose. You may wonder why God is asking you to let go if He wants to bless you, but trust that it's all part of His plan for your growth and future. He allows you to feel uncomfortable during the process because the answer lies in the nature of growth. Growth is never easy and certainly not comfortable. Just as a seed must break through the soil to reach sunlight, you too must break free from what holds you back to step into the light of your next chapter. The very things that brought you comfort in one season may become barriers to your growth in the next. God knows you can't carry old baggage into a new season, which is why He is making it uncomfortable for you to stay where you are. Discomfort isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. It's the divine compass pointing you toward your destiny. The more uncomfortable you feel, the closer you are to a breakthrough. God never allows you to feel uneasy without a reason. That uneasiness prepares you for something better, greater, and beyond what you can currently imagine. It's time to evaluate your surroundings. Are there people, situations, or habits that no longer align with the path you're meant to walk? Perhaps you notice certain friendships draining your energy, or a workplace that no longer supports your personal growth. You may find that old patterns, which once kept you safe, now limit your ability to dream big and move forward. God shows you that holding on to these things will weigh you down. If you're feeling a tug toward change, it's because He is preparing to take you to new heights. But you can't rise while holding on to the weight of your past. God is calling you to something greater. But first, you must release what no longer serves you. This is a pivotal moment. Your willingness to let go will determine how quickly you move into the next phase of your life. The shift you're feeling isn't random, it's intentional. God is repositioning you for the blessings you've been praying for, but you must make room for them. You can't hold on to what's familiar and expect to receive what's new at the same time. Every time you ignore the signs to stay in your comfort zone, you delay the blessings waiting for you. The moment you decide to trust the process and let go of what no longer serves you is when real transformation begins. In the release, you create space for God's abundance to flow into your life. So, are you ready to let go? Are you ready to trust that what God has for you is far greater than anything you could ever imagine? The push toward change may feel uncomfortable now, but remember that it's the discomfort that signals growth. It shows you're on the edge of something extraordinary. God is moving you forward, waiting for you to take that first step in faith. Listen to His call, release what no longer serves you, and prepare for the new chapter about to unfold in your life. Chapter 2: The Weight of Holding On. When we talk about moving forward, the hardest part isn't necessarily taking the first step. It's letting go of the things that weigh you down. Imagine trying to climb a mountain with a heavy backpack. Every step feels more difficult than the last, not because you lack strength, but because of the unnecessary weight you're carrying. The same applies to your spiritual journey. The things you're holding on to, whether they're toxic relationships, limiting beliefs, or past hurts, are like a heavy backpack. If you want to reach the top of your mountain, you must lighten the load. Think about the things in your life that you know you need to let go of, but haven't. Maybe it's a draining friendship, a job that no longer aligns with your passions, or a habit keeping you from reaching your full potential. Whatever it is, you've likely been holding on to it out of fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of being alone, fear of failure. But here's the truth. Those fears are illusions, created by the mind to keep you in a place of comfort. And while comfort feels safe, it's the enemy of growth. God is calling you to something greater, but He can't move you forward if you're still clinging to the past. The things you're holding on to may feel safe, but they are keeping you stuck, preventing you from stepping into the life God has designed for you. The longer you hold on, the heavier the weight becomes. At some point, carrying that weight becomes too much, and you find yourself exhausted, overwhelmed, and unable to move forward. However, the moment you choose to let go, you'll feel instant relief, as though a burden has been lifted from your shoulders. One of the most powerful lessons a chosen one can learn is the art of surrender. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that God's plan is bigger and better than anything you could imagine. It means releasing the need to control every aspect of your life and allowing God to guide you. When you surrender, you create space for miracles. You open the door to opportunities you never thought possible. But surrendering requires faith, trusting that God's timing is perfect, even when it doesn't align with yours. It requires believing that, even though you don't have all the answers now, God is working behind the scenes for your good. It also requires letting go of the things that no longer serve you, knowing that by releasing them, you're making room for something greater. Ask yourself, what are you holding on to that's keeping you from moving forward? What fears, doubts, or beliefs are weighing you down? It's time to release them. It's time to surrender them to God and trust that He will provide everything you need in this new season. Letting go may feel scary at first, but once you take that step of faith, you'll begin to see the doors God is opening for you. You'll start to feel lighter, freer, and more aligned with your true purpose. When you release the weight of the past, you'll also notice a shift in your energy. Things that once felt difficult will begin to flow with ease. Opportunities will start presenting themselves, and you'll feel more in tune with God's guidance. This happens because you're no longer carrying yesterday's burdens. You've let them go, and now you're free to move forward into the future God has prepared for you. It's important to understand that letting go is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. As you continue to grow and evolve, there will be new things to release, old habits, old mindsets, and old relationships. Each time you let go of something that no longer serves you, you make space for something new and better to come into your life. It's a cycle of growth, renewal, and transformation. With every release, you move closer to the life God has designed for you. You're shedding the layers of your old self and stepping into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. While the process may be uncomfortable, it's essential. Through this, you discover your true strength, purpose, and calling. As you stand at the edge of this new chapter, take a moment to reflect on the things weighing you down. What do you need to let go of in order to move forward? It's time to release them. Trust that God's plan is unfolding exactly as it should, and step boldly into the future that awaits you. Chapter 3: The Power of Surrender. One of the greatest lessons on your journey as a chosen one is the power of surrender. Surrender isn't about giving up, it's about giving over. It means handing your worries, fears, and doubts to God, and trusting that He will guide you through every challenge. Surrender requires deep faith because it involves releasing control and letting the divine lead. If you're used to doing things on your own, surrender can feel difficult, even impossible. You may have spent much of your life believing that you need to make things happen and control every detail to ensure success. However, true success comes when you align yourself with God's plan. To do that, you must let go of the need to control everything. God is always working behind the scenes, arranging events, aligning people, and creating opportunities you might not even be aware of. When you try to control every aspect of your life, you limit the possibilities God has in store. But by surrendering, you open yourself to infinite possibilities, allowing God to move in ways you never imagined. Surrendering also involves letting go of the past. Many of us carry the weight of past mistakes, regrets, and failures, allowing them to define us and limit what we believe we're capable of. But God doesn't see you through the lens of your past. He sees you through the lens of your potential. He sees the person you were created to be, not the person you were yesterday. When you surrender the weight of your past, you free yourself to step into the future that God has prepared for you. You are no longer bound by your mistakes or missed opportunities. Instead, you become open to the new opportunities and blessings that God is preparing to bring into your life. Surrender also means letting go of the need to know every detail of your future. As chosen ones, we often feel the pressure to have everything figured out. We want to know the who, what, when, and how of every situation. But God's plan doesn't always work that way. Sometimes He asks us to take a step of faith without knowing what the next step will be. He asks us to trust that even though we can't see the full picture, He is guiding us every step of the way. When you surrender, you release the need to have all the answers. You trust in God's timing and His plan, knowing that He is working things out for your highest good, even when you can't see it yet. You trust that God's timing is perfect and that His plan is far greater than anything you could ever imagine. You trust that, even though you may not understand everything right now, God is working all things together for your good. You trust that as long as you stay aligned with Him, you will always be moving forward, even when it feels like you're standing still. Surrendering doesn't mean you stop taking action. It means you take inspired action, guided by God's wisdom and direction. You no longer act out of fear, desperation, or the need to control. Instead, you act out of faith, trusting that God is leading you down the right path. As you continue on this journey, remember that surrender is an ongoing process. It's not something you do once and then forget about. It's something you practice every day, in every situation. Each time you choose to surrender, you strengthen your connection with God. You open yourself up to His guidance, His wisdom, and His blessings. So as you move forward into this new chapter of your life, let go of the need to control. Surrender your worries, fears, and doubts to God. Trust that He is leading you exactly where you need to be. And remember, the more you surrender, the more you'll see His hand at work in your life. Chapter 4. Letting go of what no longer serves you. As you prepare to step into the next phase of your life, one of the most important things you can do is let go of what no longer serves you. This may sound simple, but in reality, it's one of the hardest steps in your journey as a chosen one. We often hold on to things, relationships, beliefs, habits, and even memories far longer than we should. Why? Because they feel familiar. They've been part of our identity for so long that the thought of letting them go feels like losing a piece of ourselves. But here's the truth. You can't step into your future while clinging to the past. The person you were yesterday isn't the person you're meant to be tomorrow. God is constantly shaping you, molding you into a higher version of yourself, and part of that process involves releasing the things that no longer align with who you're becoming. Take a moment to reflect on your life right now. What are you holding on to that's keeping you from moving forward? It could be a toxic relationship that drains your energy, a limiting belief that tells you you're not good enough, or a habit that keeps you stuck in a cycle of self-sabotage. It could even be something as simple as a routine you've outgrown, but you continue to follow because it's what you've always done. The key to letting go is recognizing that these things, while they may have served a purpose in your life at one point, are no longer contributing to your growth. They're no longer helping you become the person God is calling you to be. In fact, they may be actively hindering your progress, creating roadblocks on your path to greatness. But letting go isn't easy. It requires you to face the unknown, to step outside of your comfort zone and trust that God has something better in store for you. It requires faith, the faith that by releasing what no longer serves you, you're making space for something greater. It's like cleaning out a closet. You have to get rid of the old clothes that don't fit anymore to make room for the new ones that are waiting for you. The process of letting go can be emotional. You might feel sadness, fear, or even resistance, but know that these emotions are part of the growth process. As you release what no longer serves you, you'll find yourself lighter, freer, and more aligned with the path God has set before you. You may feel a sense of loss or grief as you say goodbye to the things that once brought you comfort. That's okay. It's natural to feel attached to things that have been part of your life for so long. But remember this: what's waiting for you on the other side of letting go is far greater than anything you're leaving behind. When God moves you forward, He's asking you to trust Him. He's asking you to trust that the things He's asking you to release are no longer serving your highest good. He's asking you to trust that, by letting go, you're making space for the blessings He's prepared for you, blessings far greater than anything you could ever imagine. One of the most powerful things you can do as a chosen one is to develop the practice of regularly assessing your life and letting go of what is no longer in alignment with your purpose. This isn't a one-time event, it's an ongoing process. As you grow and evolve, there will always be new things that need to be released, new beliefs, new habits, new relationships. Each time you let go of something that no longer serves you, you take a step forward on your path to greatness. So how do you know when it's time to let go? Pay attention to how you feel. If something in your life feels heavy, draining, or out of alignment, it's a sign that it's time to release it. If a relationship feels toxic, if a belief feels limiting, or if a habit is keeping you stuck, that's your cue to let go. Letting go doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're making a conscious choice to move forward. It means you're choosing to align yourself with the person God is calling you to be. And that's a powerful choice. It's a choice that will open doors you never thought possible. a choice that will lead you to the life you are always meant to live. As you let go of what no longer serves you, you'll begin to notice a shift in your energy. You'll feel lighter, more focused, and more in tune with your purpose. You'll have more space mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for the things that truly matter. Most importantly, you'll be free to move forward, unburdened by the weight of the past. One of the most challenging aspects of being chosen is learning to trust the process. When God is moving you forward, He often asks you to step out in faith without knowing exactly where you're going. He asks you to trust that, even though you can't see the full picture right now, everything is unfolding according to His divine plan. Trusting the process requires patience. It requires letting go of the need to control every detail and surrendering to the flow of life. It means trusting that God's timing is perfect, even when it doesn't align with your own. This can be difficult, especially when it feels like you've been waiting forever for your breakthrough. But remember this: God's delays are not His denials. If something hasn't happened yet, it's because it's not the right time. God is working behind the scenes, aligning everything perfectly so that when your blessing arrives, it will be exactly what you need. When you're in the midst of the process, it can be hard to see the bigger picture. You may feel like nothing is happening, like you're stuck in a cycle of waiting. But trust that even in the silence, God is moving. He's preparing you for the next chapter of your life. He is refining, molding, and shaping you into the person you need to become in order to receive the blessings He has in store for you. Trusting the process also means trusting yourself. Believe that you are exactly where you're meant to be, even if it doesn't seem that way right now. Have faith that you possess the strength, wisdom, and courage to face any challenges that come your way. No matter how difficult the journey appears, know that you are fully equipped to handle it. One of the most powerful things you can do as a chosen one is to cultivate a mindset of trust. Trust that everything is happening for your highest good, even when it feels uncomfortable. See the challenges you're facing not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. By staying aligned with God's plan, you're always moving forward, even when it feels like you're standing still. Remember, the process is just as important as the destination. The lessons you're learning now are preparing you for the blessings on their way. The challenges are building your strength, resilience, and faith. Though the waiting may feel endless, it's creating space for something beautiful to unfold. So, trust the process. Trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Even though you can't see the full picture, God is guiding you every step of the way. And trust that, when the time is right, your breakthrough will come. Chapter 6: Embracing the Unknown. As you move forward on your journey, one of the biggest challenges is learning to embrace the unknown. When God moves you forward, He often asks you to step into situations that feel unfamiliar, uncomfortable, and uncertain. This can be scary, especially if you're someone who likes to plan everything out. But the truth is, growth happens in the unknown. When you step into the unknown, you're entering a realm of infinite possibilities. You're opening yourself up to new opportunities, experiences, and ways of being. You're allowing God to work in your life in ways you could never have imagined. But to do this, you have to be willing to let go of the need to know every detail. You must take a leap of faith, trusting that God will catch you. Embracing the unknown requires courage. It means facing your fears head-on and moving forward despite them. It means trusting that, even though you can't see the full picture, God is guiding you every step of the way. You need to believe that, no matter how uncertain things may feel, you are exactly where you're meant to be. The unknown is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. It's in the unknown that you'll discover new aspects of yourself, new strengths, and new abilities. It's there that you'll find the clarity and insight you need to move forward. And it's in the unknown where you'll experience the greatest growth and transformation. As you step into this next chapter of your life, embrace the unknown with open arms. Trust that God is leading you towards something greater. Trust that, even though you can't see the full path, the journey is exactly what you need. By embracing the unknown, you're opening yourself up to a world of infinite possibilities. When you let go of the need to control every aspect of your life and allow yourself to flow with the changes, you'll begin to see how everything is working together for your good. You'll start to recognize the signs and synchronicities that God is placing in your path, guiding you toward your highest potential. and you'll feel a sense of peace, knowing that no matter what lies ahead, you are fully supported by the divine. As you continue on this journey, embrace the unknown. It is often in the moments of uncertainty that our deepest growth occurs. Think about how a caterpillar doesn't know it will become a butterfly. It simply surrenders to the process, even though the transformation is beyond its understanding. The unknown, when viewed through the lens of faith, is not something to fear, but an open field of possibility. Let go of the need for certainty and trust that the plan for your life is far more expansive than you can currently comprehend. In life, many of the greatest breakthroughs happen when we least expect them, in situations we can't fully control. History is full of examples of people who trusted the unknown and changed the world. People like Martin Luther King Jr. or Mother Teresa, who stepped out in faith, guided by something greater than themselves, and left an indelible mark on humanity. You too have that potential. Allow yourself to be guided by faith, because faith is what bridges the gap between the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. The universe operates in ways that may seem mysterious, but these very mysteries are part of its grand design. We are conditioned to believe that control brings security, but often our tight grip on life circumstances only limits the magic that is waiting to unfold. Releasing that grip is an act of strength, not weakness. It requires you to open your hands and heart, allowing divine wisdom to shape your path. Trust that no matter what happens, you are always being moved forward. Even when things seem stagnant or difficult, know that progress is happening behind the scenes. Just as seeds take time to sprout beneath the soil before breaking through to the light, your journey may involve phases of stillness. But stillness doesn't mean inactivity. It's in those moments that God is realigning your path, shifting circumstances, and preparing you for what's to come. Chapter 7: The Power of Surrender. Surrender is perhaps the most misunderstood concept in spiritual growth, yet it's one of the most crucial for the chosen ones. Surrender doesn't mean giving up or stopping your efforts. It means letting go of control and trusting the divine flow of your life. It's about recognizing that there's a higher plan at work, one that is far more intricate and beautiful than anything you could ever design yourself. When God is moving you forward, He often places you in situations where your only choice is to surrender. You might face a challenge that feels overwhelming, or reach a point where all your efforts seem to hit a wall. It's in these moments that surrender becomes your greatest strength. Surrendering means allowing God to take the lead, trusting that He knows the best path forward for you, even if it looks different from what you had envisioned. Here's where many people get stuck. We often think surrender means passivity. We assume it means doing nothing, just waiting for things to change. But true surrender is active. It's a conscious choice to let go of your own limited understanding and allow divine guidance to take over. It's about releasing the need for immediate answers and trusting that, in time, everything will be revealed. When you're moving toward a new season of growth, there will be moments when the path ahead feels unclear. You won't always know exactly how things will unfold, and that uncertainty can be frightening. But here's what you need to remember. God's plan for you is already in motion. Every step you've taken, every decision you've made, has led you to this point. And now, as you stand on the brink of something new, the most powerful thing you can do is surrender to the process. Surrendering doesn't mean abandoning your dreams or giving up on your goals. On the contrary, it's about aligning your will with the divine. It's about recognizing that sometimes the best way to move forward is to stop forcing things and instead allow them to flow naturally. When you surrender, you open yourself up to the miracles that God has in store for you. You create space for unexpected blessings, opportunities you couldn't have planned for, and divine timing that is always perfect. Think of surrender as a form of spiritual trust. When you surrender, you're saying, "I trust that God knows what's best for me, even when I don't understand it." You're releasing the need to control every outcome and allowing the universe to guide you toward your highest good. This kind of trust is liberating. It frees you from the stress and anxiety of trying to figure everything out on your own and opens the door to greater peace, joy, and fulfillment. However, surrender isn't something you do once and then forget about. It's a daily practice, a continual process of letting go and trusting more deeply. Every time you feel the urge to control or the temptation to worry about how things will work out, that's your cue to surrender again. Each time you do, you strengthen your connection to the divine, allowing more of God's grace and wisdom to flow into your life. As you surrender, you'll notice a shift in your perspective. You'll start to see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. You'll begin to trust the timing of your life, knowing that everything is happening exactly when it's meant to. Most importantly, you'll feel a deep sense of peace, knowing you're exactly where you're supposed to be, even if the path ahead isn't entirely clear. So how do you surrender? It starts with a decision to release your need for control and trust that God's plan is already in motion. It means letting go of the how and when and focusing on the present moment. It involves showing up each day with an open heart, ready to receive whatever comes your way, knowing that everything is working together for your good. And as you surrender, remember this: you are not alone in this journey. God is with you every step of the way, guiding, supporting, and leading you toward your highest potential. The challenges you face are not meant to break you. They are meant to prepare you for the incredible blessings that are on their way. By surrendering, you allow yourself to be fully supported by the divine, and that's where true freedom lies. Chosen ones, this is the power of surrender. It may surprise you to realize that sometimes the most powerful action you can take is simply letting go. If you've made it to this point in the video, it's not by accident. You've been guided here because God is moving you forward, and He's asking you to trust Him now more than ever. But to move forward, you have to let go. You have to release the need to control every outcome and trust that God has something greater in store for you. I know that letting go can be scary. It can feel like you're stepping into the unknown, unsure of what's waiting on the other side. But I promise you, chosen one, what's waiting for you is greater than anything you could have ever imagined. God is clearing the path for you, removing what no longer serves you, and guiding you toward a future filled with purpose, abundance, and joy. So, here's what I want you to do. If you're a true chosen one, comment 77 below, signaling to the universe that you're ready to let go and trust the process. Help us reach 10,000 subscribers by liking and subscribing, and don't forget to play this video on repeat to fully absorb the energy and message it carries. The more you immerse yourself in this truth, the stronger your connection to the divine will become. Remember, if you've made it this far, it's because you're a true chosen one. Not everyone is ready to hear this message, and not everyone will stay until the end. But you did. And that's a sign you're on the brink of something extraordinary. God is moving you forward, chosen one, and all He's asking you to do is let go and trust Him. Let go of what no longer serves you, release the need for control, and embrace the journey with faith. The path ahead may be uncertain, but trust that every step is guided by divine purpose. Until next time, chosen ones, stay aligned, stay faithful, and keep trusting the process. The best is yet to come, and with faith in God's plan, you will walk into the blessings prepared for you.